The ability to say no more often than I say yes to time wasters, toxic people, and drama is a simple hack that has helped me improve the overall quality of my life. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to share with you a simple 7-step framework to help you become more effective at saying no to toxic people, time wasters, and drama, which will help you have less worries, more happiness, and improve the overall quality of your life. This simple 7-step framework usually starts with your ability to learn to prioritize. The times we live in nowadays are filled with negativity and toxicity everywhere. It is on the news, it is on social media, it is in the neighborhood, it is at our workplaces, and at times it is even right in our house. So your ability to say no more often than you say yes to such toxicity, drama is a key skill that will help you have less worries and more happiness throughout your life. And being clear about your priorities include clarity on the people that you want to associate with, the environments that you want to stay in, the activities and the circumstances that you want to experience daily. It does not just mean having simple goals. Even though we all do have goals, which goal is priority and which is not? Because not every goal that we have at any point in time translates into a priority. One simple way for you to be able to clearly define your priorities in life daily is your ability to, the night before, just sit down, look through your schedule for the next day and decide on what is a key priority for you. I usually do such one-man meeting at night before I go to sleep, where I decide on 1 to 3 key priorities for the next day. Because being who I am, I know if I set more than 3 priorities for a day, I'm going to be overwhelmed. And we all know that once you set a daily goal which you are unable to fulfill, it is going to weigh you down and you are going to start having negative feelings about yourself. So I restrict my daily priorities to 1, but not more than 3 per day. And that way I know I'll be able to achieve my priority, and achieving such daily priorities reinforces the feeling that you can do more, and from there you can easily move on to setting weekly, monthly, yearly, and possibly even 5-year or 10-year priorities, depending on your personal capacity and the stage at which you are in life, because there is no vacuum in life. Once you do not have any priority clearly defined in the day or for the time, definitely negativity will simply creep in. Whether I like it or not, negativity has twice or even thrice the power of positivity. Negativity is easy. Once you hear something has happened to somebody, you will become very curious to know what is it, forgetting that you are supposed to concentrate on the things that matter in your life, not the negativity that is peddled all around you by the social media and other media around you. So learn to set priorities if you want to become effective and efficient at saying no more often than you say yes to toxic people, negative environments, drama, and time wasters that will otherwise bog down your life. That's just it. Next, you need to learn how to be intentional. Philosophers, psychologists, and other social scientists all over the world are agreed that the number 1 key defining character of highly effective and efficient people is their intentionality. They are intentional in whatever they do. They clearly know what is the expected outcome of whatever venture or activity they find themselves doing. So you must also learn how to be intentional in every aspect of your life, and this includes being intentional with the people you want to associate with, the activities you want to be doing, the environment you want to be spending most of your time in, and other such key areas of daily life. Being intentional is very, very key to success, because even in the most negative aspect of human life, like criminal investigation, the first thing law enforcement government agents will want to know after a crime has been committed is what is the intent, what is the motive. Once they can understand the intent, they can understand the motive, it will be very easy to narrow down the suspects to some few individuals, to pinpoint the exact culprit, because intentionality is what makes humans different from other animals and other inanimate matter. We are always intentional in what we do. So you must learn how to be intentional in every aspect of your life if you want to become very effective and very efficient at saying no to toxic people, to time wasters, and to drama that will otherwise bog down your life and fill it with worries, anxiety, and all the other negative emotions. So, bottom line, you must learn to set clear priorities and you must be intentional in those priorities. There is no any other way that you can learn how to say no more often than you say yes to negativity, to toxic people, to drama in your life, other than setting clear priorities and being intentional with every aspect of your life. Next, you need to learn to set boundaries upfront. Agreed that most human societies teach individuals that for them to be seen as refined and socially acceptable members of their society, they need to be seen by others as being less confrontational and not being self-centered. This is one of the biggest reasons why so many of us condone a lot of bad behavior, bad attitude, bad character in others, why we waste so much time watching TV in order to fit into the social milieu around us, because we don't want other people to see us as being confrontational or as being self-centered. But let me ask you one simple question. Those people around you that you don't actually know what they stand for, do you usually respect them? The simple answer in most cases is no. Humans respect people that they know what they stand for the simple reason that once we know what you stand for, we know you can easily fight for it if necessary. So if you go about thinking that setting boundaries is all about being confrontational or being self-centered, what of the flip side? Because people must know you for what you stand for. And being known for what you stand for doesn't need to be anything grandiose or spectacular. For instance, if you ask most of my colleagues about me, they will tell you that's the dude that usually pastes funny signs telling people don't knock, just enter on his door. But I'm comfortable with it. If that's what people know me for, fine. And before you start scratching your head thinking, why will any reasonable human being paste on his door, don't knock, just enter? Just calm down. I'm going to explain why I paste those notices on all my doors in a moment. But in this step, all you need to understand is the fact that you set boundaries upfront does not necessarily mean you are being confrontational. Rather, it is just a way that you will tell the people around you that this particular thing, I care for it, and if necessary, I'm ready to fight for it. And once the majority of the people around you understand that these are the boundaries, if they truly care about you, they will not cross them. But those people that think because you set boundaries, you are confrontational or you are self-centered, then you should be wary of them. Because if you observe carefully, you will understand that they are either enemies in disguise or they are just around you for what they can get from you. So bottom line, you must learn to set boundaries upfront, and this can be done in an easy way. Start with the small stuff. Set boundaries with people with the small stuff. And from there, you gradually graduate to bigger issues in your life. Because if you are the type of person that have not been setting boundaries, it's going to weigh you down. The social pressure on you is going to be much, and you might not be able to do it properly. So start with the small stuff and graduate to big issues. But you must be able to set boundaries upfront. That is a permanent way of saying no to toxic people, to time wasters, and to drama that will otherwise take over your entire life. And then you will not have any time or energy to focus on the things that are important to your life. So learn to set boundaries upfront. Well, at this moment, if you think you have received some value from what I've said so far, please hit the like button, share this video, and possibly subscribe, because doing so will greatly help to tell me whether I'm making an impact or not, which will give me the courage and the strength to do better videos that you will enjoy in the future. So go ahead, hit the like button, and if you have anything to say or you feel what I've said so far does not make sense, let me know in the comment section below. I think we can make it an interactive rather than a one-way video, even though I'm just filming on camera and we are not talking, but we can discuss what is key in what I've said so far with you in the comment section below. And who knows, I might possibly do a future video on whatever your concerns are. So back to our discussion. The next key thing you need to do in order to learn how to say no more often than you say yes is you must learn to be clear and direct whenever you say no. Whenever you say no to people, it is always good to be very clear and direct. And the easiest way to be clear and direct is to use the I pronoun in the statement. For instance, I don't, I won't, I did not, and such other statements. It is a clear indication to the person you are talking to that this thing is sensitive to you, and you are telling him that you are serious, and it is a boundary that, if not observed, might lead to some unpleasant circumstances between you and the person. So that way, people will always know that, okay, you are serious because you are clear and you are direct. You know, the problem is sometimes people will tell you no, but their body language, their attitude will tell you that they are joking or they are playing. And such boundaries will not be respected by people. So whenever you say no, be clear and direct. However, you must differentiate between being clear and direct and being rude, because they are two different things altogether. Being clear and direct could always be said in a positive way, which is the next tip I want to share with you. You must learn to focus on the positive whenever you say no more often than you say yes. The reason you need to focus on the positive rather than the negative aspect is many a times people do things to you with very good intention. Although those things are unsolicited, you never ask for them, and at times they might even be getting in the way of you achieving your daily priorities, but it is not in your best interest to say no to those type of people in a rude way or in a demeaning way, because definitely when the chiefs are down, you will still need the willing cooperation and the support of a greater majority of the people around you. And once you go about being rude to everybody, telling him no, then definitely when you need help, nobody will come to help you. So always, when you want to tell people no, focus on the positive rather than on the negative aspect of the conversation. Do you remember that I told you that most of my colleagues will tell you that I'm that dude that go about pasting a note that say, "Don't knock, just enter on my doors"? Well, let me tell you why I do so, which will clearly show you a simple way of how to focus on the positive rather than on the negative. You see, in the office, most of the times I'll either be writing a document, or I'll be reading a document, or I'll be doing a mental activity which requires focus and then less of any noise. So the moment somebody knock at the door, before he enters, he will definitely make me lose my train of thought, and definitely I'm not going to welcome him with a friendly attitude. I'm going to be hostile toward him. So it is just like setting people to fail, because I know whenever you knock at the door, it's going to annoy me. So rather than setting you to fail, whenever I'm posted to a new place of work, I let the people around know, please, when you knock at my door, this is what will happen. And this is the reason why I don't want people knocking at the door. Just enter. I'll not be doing anything illegal or anything bad in the office. The moment you enter the office, without knocking, I'll definitely sense your presence. And when I reach an appropriate place for me to stop what I'm doing at that moment, I will definitely raise my head up and me and you will have a pleasant conversation. And if I'm not doing anything in the office, of course, I will simply welcome you warmly and then offer you a seat and we'll discuss whatever issue it is that brought you. But the moment you knock my door and I'm thinking about something, I'm definitely not going to be happy about it. That you have made me forget what I want to say or what I want to write, and I will definitely be hostile. And I found that in most cases, after a few days, even though most people are used to knocking on doors before they enter, people will just stop knocking at my door, and me and them will have a wonderful working relationship. So, that is just one easy way of you focusing on the positive rather than the negative. Because if you tell people no in such manner, definitely it will even feel empowering. It will show them that you really care for their success. You are not setting them to fail. You are not saying no because you are very odd. You are just telling them no because you want a mutually beneficial relationship between you and the person. So there you have it. Learn to focus on the positive rather than on the negative aspect whenever you say no. And before you know it, you have less worries and more happiness in your life because you will have become very effective and efficient at saying no to toxic people, negative environment, time wasters, and drama, which will otherwise have bogged your life down and make it miserable. Next, you need to remember that the purpose why you need to become effective at saying no more often than you say yes is simply because you need to take care of yourself, which is my next tip. Common sense will tell me and you that the more effective and efficient you are at saying no, the more time, the more focus, the more energy, and the more emotionally stable you become, which will give you time to attend to the things that are very important to you in life rather than having drama, negativity, time wasters eat most of your time, take away your focus, and leave you emotionally, physically, and psychologically drained. So the purpose is always for you to be able to take care of yourself, not because of anything. Once you see yourself saying no, not because you want to take care of yourself, but because of something else, then you are not going to be very effective and efficient at saying no. In most cases, you are just saying no because you just need to prove to people that you can say no, which in itself is a form of negativity. So, bottom line, know that the purpose for which you need to say no more often than you say yes is to be able to take care of yourself. Next, you need to practice how to say no. Like any skill or muscle in your body, saying no require constant practice again and again. Moreover, learning how to say no might sound either unnatural or strange or a deviant behavior to you when you start learning how to do it. So you must learn how to say no. You must practice it again and again and again. And the simplest way to practice saying no more effectively is to start saying no to the small irritants in your life, from where you can graduate to saying no to the bigger issues that are affecting your mental, physical, emotional, and psychological well-being, which will surely give you less worries in life and more happiness, and overall the quality of your life will improve gradually each time you learn to say no more effectively than you say yes to the toxic people, to time wasters, and to the drama that will find its way into your life and try to bog you down. Well, there are a lot of tools that will help you become very effective and efficient at saying no more often than you say yes, which you already have, like your phone and notebooks. But if you want a planner that is specifically designed to help you become effective at saying no more often than you say yes to toxicity, to drama, and to time wasters on a daily and weekly basis, then you can check out my harmonious work-life balance planner, which is available on Amazon and linked in the description below. You can also watch this video here to learn how to turn any of your toxic bosses to a friend. See you in that video. Peace.